Hello, and you are warmly welcome to the STEM Festival Mentorship sessions here at the 2024 STEM Festival. Awesome time to be with you today. It's going to be exciting. We have a senior officer from Bell Beverages with us. We'll be talking AI, digital communications, digital marketing, a lot more communications as we have been trying to speak about this past, 10 days? How to put your personal brand and whatever brand that you're building out there and increasing your visibility. So please stay with us. Let's enjoy today's ride. Proudly brought to you by Primetime Limited with the general support of Pepsodent, Jupay Money Transfer, of course, Bell Beverages, YFM, and GTP. Stay with us.
Let me see.
She's never had a toothache before.
There might be a cavity. Don't you use Pepsodent?
We used to, but I'll try the new one.
Ah, that's why.
But doesn't every toothpaste give cavity protection?
Not really. Pepsodent's Cavity Fighter repairs tiny invisible holes to give 10 times stronger teeth. Will you trust Pepsodent?
Definitely.
Pepsodent, 10 times stronger teeth.
Use Pepsodent's Cavity Fighter.
I know you are there. Come on, Akoto. Come see Premi.
Hello, Alpha.
Come on.
Yeah, the landlady is here today too. She's harassing me this morning. Yes, come and see how I'm sweating.
Well, if I catch you,
Yes, the number I sent you the last time. Yes, use the Jupay app. It will come right now.
Hey, bra. Ah, so I'm sick of mommy. Give me my money. Me, Jimsika.
We didn't know. What your Jupay is here? Yes, Karanabe. Sure, Jupay. Jupay is the best money transfer app that is used to send money directly from the US to Ghana free of charge. They have the best rates in the market and they are very competitive. And no thing is Kano Kana Abrosono.
Thank you so much for staying on. You know, on 21st, that's tomorrow, 22nd, Friday, and 23rd, Saturday this week, we will be at the National Theatre. Please, like you know, it's the SciTech Fair, it's the SciTech Innovation Challenge. Join us. Let's have a wonderful time experimenting, exploring, browsing, and sharing on the 10 schools that have made it this year for the 2024 SciTech Innovation Challenge. We'll be talking more about the schools and what they have put together to be exhibiting, to be showing and putting together under record time for the enviable title of 2024 SciTech Fair Challenge winner. But let's go straight into our conversation today with Mr. Magnus Day. Magnus, how are you doing, sir?
I'm so very well. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. You know the drill? Let's talk about you, the work that you have done with Bell Beverages. I mean, it's now a household name, Active, Bell Active, you know, and that kind of thing. I'm sure you're the brain behind all of that brand placement and all of that work. But first, who is Magnus? How has his journey been? High points, low points, moments worth teaching, learning, and we go into your world of work.
Okay, so yes, the world of Magnus is quite big. Yes, the world of work is bigger, but the little you might want to know about me is the fact that I am a master's degree holder from University of Ghana. MBA to be specific. I schooled also at Legon for my undergrad, so I did economics.
Wonderful.
And I've done a lot of other courses along the line. I did data analytics. I'm currently pursuing my postgraduate diploma in Chartered Institute of Marketing in UK. I do business analytics with Pennsylvania University, but still pursuing it. So yes, a lot of education here and there. And in terms of work-wise, I have played various roles in marketing, from events and programs coordination to sales and business development to strategist, or what people call strategy director.
Right.
You know, I've done content creation. I've gone beyond that into brand management, and then currently marketing manager. So I've handled bits and pieces of what marketing entails entirely. Yes.
You have to tell us, because remember, the audience here are here to learn. What is it about using the transformative power of technology to transform, to impact, and in today's modern communications?
Yes, the thing about marketing is that it's very dynamic. And over the period in the space, I have witnessed back-to-back developments, back-to-back advancements in the space. I was a salesman where I was pitching ideas to various corporate CEOs and decision makers. And then where sometimes the moment of truth comes at the end, because there isn't a lot of information at the time you are selling, but fast forward, there is zero moment of truth. By the time you are getting to sell, the person already knows about the product. You can just go behind or speak or type into a chat box, and every information about the business, the product, the service, even including you, is right
before their eyes, I know.
before the eyes of the buyer or the prospective buyer. So a lot of things have changed. I spoke about sales. I would also talk about even product development, the entire journey. Where sometimes you want to start a product and you conceive an idea, you speak to one or two people and you want to start. It's no more that way. It's highly data driven, and you have to do a lot of research on the market. So that's one side. You are designing the product, and also you want to see how AI can be leveraged. So today, if you want to design a product, you can ask any of your chat box to design this for me for this market, write this description on it, use these colors, and the design is out. So even before you could speak to a graphic designer, you have created an idea. Maybe you want to use a particular description on the product, or any other information you want. AI is there to help you, even give you a guideline to read. So that even in product development, the journey is massive. You can even ask what type of machines. So if it's going to be a product other than a service, even if it is a service, it tells you into details how to even produce or create that service. So the journey has been evolving with technology. Today, there are a lot of things that our production lines can do about beverages.
Yeah.
There are a lot of other technological advancements that have come that you need to put on your line. Even with the product, a lot of improvement has been coming. If you take our cola, we have sustained our CO2 we need. Unlike before, that you take your Bell Cola or any other cola brand perhaps, and maybe after a few minutes, the CO2 dissipates.
Yeah, the fizzy effect.
Bell Cola has been able to sustain the fizziness for a long time, and it's all because of technology.
Awesome.
You move from that into customer service, where there could be tailored a response or real-time response because of technology. It might not be happening in the FMCG space as it is, but in terms of services, there's a lot of progress. And for STEM, it has to be the norm, where if I want some inquiry to be made, I want some clarification to be made, real-time information is given to me. It could be education product, it could be a toy you are producing, it could be any gadget of a sort. So customer service is there. Consumption of the product, marketing the product, advertising, to even disposing of the product when you don't need it any longer. I can talk about various things that have happened within the space. And if I even want to move into the advertising of and how technology has advanced it, I'm sure it will take us hours to be able to exhaust. So I'm looking forward to what you'll be asking next so that we see how to realign all the information.
No, please. This is the platform. And of course, the question next is, before becoming this stalwart that you are today, I'm sure you started small. You did tell us that you were a salesman and, doing pitches here and there, and you have grown together with technology as the revolution has it, and you are the stalwart that you are today. But the small beginnings always are interesting. There's a lot of lessons from there. And I want you to tell us about who young Magnus was. You went to which SHS, if I may?
I was at Mauli Senior High School.
Yes, please.
I'm a Havi.
So please tell us about the experience in Mauli School.
Mauli School, interestingly, I was very boring because I wanted to get a government scholarship, right? So from day one, I have been a very serious student at Mauli School. When people are sleeping, I'm studying.
Oh, yeah?
But yeah, I had very interesting moments. I contested for school prefect when I was a day student. I composed. In fact, I was part of the group that formed the Mauli Business School Association. So I'm a founder.
Yeah.
I mean, yes,
Nice.
about 5 of us who came together to say, look, let's form a business association. We were very entrepreneurial, very serious-minded
Awesome.
people around me. The likes of Edem Agbana, who is today
MP candidate?
Yeah, MP candidate
Yeah.
for North Town.
Yeah,
He was
thank
my buddy, in fact, my campaign manager at school those days. Yes, I mean, I could mention his name because we are friends. So we were quite very, very enterprising and very serious-minded people. So for me, high school, I mean, I always wanted to be first in class. I had some motivation before entering there. So the
what was
people...
that?
I mean, I was part of friends who were getting scholarships when they get to senior high school. And I didn't want to be the one who would not get
It right.
When those who went to Mauli, they got scholarships, and then from there they went to Legon. Those who went to Biheko, they got scholarships. From there they went to Legon. Those who went to St. Mary's, mention any school,
Right.
they were top of their class to Legon and out of the country. So,
Hey, what a enviable path.
I have been part of such friends, and the friends you make are very influential.
Absolutely.
Very, very influential. So they influenced my take on how school should be, and so that has been my journey. Very serious-minded. Got my scholarship. Got very good grades. Went to Legon as I wanted, and yeah, I mean.
But you were not school perfect?
No.
Or was that like a managing?
Yeah, I mean, at Legon too, a lot of things changed, and I'm proud about it. I did not go per se into student politics or. Yes, I was in Legon Parliament, but still did not give a lot of time to it because you know how campus fellowships are.
Right.
When you take leadership positions in campus fellowships, and how they take a lot of your time. Because it's real work.
It is real work.
It's real work.
Is this Gesam, if I...
No, it was EPSU at the time.
EPSU, okay.
It was EPSU at the time. I played roles from the one. I was music director from yes, I used to play instruments. So before I went to Mauli School, I played brass instruments. Yeah, and
the brigade or sorts.
Yes. And I even held. I taught Mauli School choir because I learned how to read notes quite early. Apart from the choir master, I also had the opportunity to teach the choir. In fact, when I went to Form 1, the Form 3s who were doing music were wondering because I was doing business. So they were wondering, I mean, I remember there was one of the very good guys in music they are top students, who called me to his dormitory, and then he opened a hymnal with notes.
Right.
And then he says, recite this, let me see, because he heard about me. So, I started reciting it so easily. Then after I was done, I opened one for him.
You too, let's see your power.
he said, I've not reached there yet.
No, but he was excellent skills there. This is a business student, but has the musical skill, can read the musical notes, can play cymbal?
I can play trumpet,
side drum, bass drum.
Those are the little ones to
You
start
don't
with.
say.
While at University of Ghana, I was reading economics, but I was always in the music department. I played with National Symphony Orchestra.
Awesome.
I was very versatile. So the band master then, Mr. Waku, says, you are very versatile. I have a very nice French horn there. Let me give it to you to play. And because I knew music, I took the French horn, and then he says, I have some nice tuba there, and no one is playing it. So I had to relinquish or give the French horn to someone else.
And then take
the tuba. So
I'm sure
I
your
can,
violinist, maybe that's a difficult one.
Yeah, the violinist is, but I also played a little violin when I was teaching after high school. I had a whole department, so I taught the students how to play violin, but I didn't spend a lot of time with it. So yeah, I played almost every instrument that came my way. The flute, clarinet, saxophone. I had little bits of all of them. I understand. And
you don't have an album to your name.
I decided to go and sell water.
Yes, water is life.
I was selling milk at Probassador, and then I'm selling water. But interestingly, everywhere I've gone to, I have composed songs. Mali School, I composed the business school anthem. Right?
Impressive.
Yes. At EBSU, I composed the evangelism anthem. At church, I do few worship songs.
Right,
that the choir learns.
Right.
Watch out. I will do an album maybe next year.
Awesome. No, we're looking forward to that. For me, what warms my heart is that yes, they are serious students, but they give time to developing themselves in other spheres. And of course, it's not just science, technology, engineering. There's the arts. There's the art that makes it steam. That and then when you hear steam, that propels you, that moves you. So it makes you complete in the science, in the STEM sense, in the STEAM sense. Wonderful trajectory there. I'm so warmed in the heart. Clarinet, French horn. Wow. Please do push out this music piece that you're putting together. Let's have a feel of it. Maybe you want to sing a bit of the anthems? Maybe tonic sofa, just a light note.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Do, 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 do. Maybe I'm putting you on the spot.
Yes. Yeah,
No,
so I could do a lot of tonic softwares, but I do tonic softwares a lot. There are a lot of songs I don't know the lyrics, but I just sing the tonic softwares.
And then you're good.
Sometimes it annoys the people around me. Say, sing the song, you are doing this.
You usually have that. People who are into the music and then the notes, they really sing the words of the song. You just need to pick the notes, pick the tonic software, and then no. Sometimes they say, 1, 2, and it's a bit flat. How do you know the song is flat? But those who know, when you know, it's supposed to be a do, not a do. That kind of thing.
You did that very well.
Did I?
Yes. Do and do. You got it perfect. There are a lot of people who wouldn't have been able to get, the 2 octaves right.
That's right.
You sing also?
Do I?
Or the host is not allowed to talk?
Oh, no, I can speak about myself, of course, if I have opportunities to connect.
Yeah.
One, you and I went to University of Ghana, so that's something. And of course, I know Gesam, but we used to be called EBSU.
Yes,
myself, I was also in the fellowship, the University Christian Fellowship.
Oh, nice.
So yes, we do share a lot more in common.
You are developing your third ear. I quickly was able to pick that you could differentiate between do. Some would have done do, like they don't know what they are doing, but
so please.
Is right.
The phenomenon, not the phenomenon, but the skill that I am developing is the third ear, you call it. So 1, 2, and 3.
There's a third one here.
Oh, there's a third one at the back of it. So please, it's not just all serious getting your work done. We can, as you're developing, you think that you're developing a third ear venture into music. And who knows, maybe it's an anthem or two from you and we'll be enjoying ourselves. Maybe.
I believe it's the arts part that make scientists very renowned and notable. So that's why I was excited about STEAM, because you could have all the math, you can have all but there is this creative power within you, that resonates with all of us. I mean, if you were into any sphere, there is that creative freedom, creative power. And if you are a scientist, there are times you do all the calculations, you are not making head and tail of it. But because of the artistic ability, you are able to arrive at conclusions, you are able to rally and inspire people, you are able to use your art to do much more than someone. So if you have that, I mean, leverage it. Don't throw it away. Don't think because you're into arts or you're artistic, then you have to do arts. You could be very artistic, yet you are doing a lot of very STEM-related engineering, the sciences, the maths.
No, Magnus, aptly said. Thank you so much for sharing this. The art is the cord that binds all of this together. And we've been saying for the past 10 days that you can have the brilliant idea, have the eureka moment. How do you tell another? How are you able to show it to them? And it's in that art and that creative freedom that you're harnessing, that you're able to do that. Apart from the music that you harnessed and were able to, you have products, really. You have tangible products. The business anthem, the Gesam Epsu anthem. And today you're the market. I'm sure you've dabbled in some design, art, graphics, and what have you. Maybe if there's a bit of that, maybe you want to tell us about it.
Yeah, you just spoke about having a third eye also. So apart from having
a third ear, you're having a third
ear, you need a third eye.
Awesome.
How do you present your product? The presentation of your product. And those who have done it for many, I can talk about my current boss, Manoj Lakiani, and his team. He's got an eye that is so exceptional. He just knows how to get his design. In fact, from the bottles we use for our products, and then the labels all around it. How do we get it right to the consumer so that they love it?
We appreciate it.
They appreciate it. They want to use this product. And it's not just, you can't present things anyhow. Even if you are talking about markets that are very low income, they still have what we call aspirational goals or aspirations, right? So the person could be way bottom of the pyramid, but they know what is good. And if they have money, they'll go for it.
Absolutely.
So if we are all offering the same products, we can call it affordable products, right?
Awesome.
Because it's at the bottom of the pyramid. But don't think that because it's cheap, in quote, then the person doesn't need that aesthetics feel around it. They need it. And when we both present those products and mine is more aesthetically inviting and appealing, the consumer will take that over yours. So you need a third eye. You need to see a design and say, this is good. I see a lot of billboards in town. And I ask myself, who approved this?
I think that's the question. Not who designed it all, but who approved it?
As for designs, you can have a lot, but who actually approved? Did the owner see this before it was put out there? You need to know how to communicate on billboard. You need to know how to communicate on TV.
Right.
You need to know how to communicate on the social media spaces. Right?
Yeah.
You need to know how to write, even the font sizes you choose.
It goes into that detail.
Yes.
Viewers, this is Marketing Class 101 with Sir Magnus. Stick and stay. Tell us, please go deeper. I'm just prompting us to say, this is wisdom. Let's hear.
Yes. So the font size you choose for a particular product tells where it's going to and the kind of market you want to appeal to.
Your audience.
Yes. For those of you in STEM who are doing toy programs, you are doing gadgets for kids, you need to know the kind of fonts that appeal to children. And so you can't just write with a very serious font or alphabet character for children.
No.
It has to be very child friendly, and it has to be consistent, so that what you are writing on the top, maybe you are going to write 5 different things, then you choose this font, you choose another. By the time we read the bottom, everything is so scattered, everything is, you want to put all the knowledge you have of fonts into one writing. No, so you need consistency, and then you need that appealing, to be appealing with your font. Your colors are very important. In as much as your color on the product is important, you also want to consider, when I am advertising it, will this color stand out? Will this color be something I can leverage? Will so for those of you who do products for kids, not only for the kid, but you have to consider the mother to some extent, because they have the purchasing power. Right? So most times mothers anyway are able to design into the shoes of their children. But when you are able to catch both mother and child in terms of the use of your color, in terms of the use of your font, and even the shapes of your objects, then you have hit the jackpot. But it's not enough to have a good product. It is the consumer who says that your product is good.
Not you.
Not you. So you can have an excellent product, you can tout it on all the news, in all the newspapers, but if you cannot get the consumer to say that this product is superb, that is why they do a lot of prototyping, right? You, at every stage of the product, you send it out there, the product with the minimal features on it. I've forgotten the name we call it, but it's like a prototype, kind of, right? Yeah. So people have the opportunity to interact with it, make suggestions to you. Yeah. You take it back to do all the necessary work that is needed, and then you bring it out. So at all that stage, marketing is involved. Research is involved. Data collection is involved. The analyzing of the data as well is involved. So you are taking data-driven decisions at every point of the production journey. So communication, marketing is as much needed in STEM and in just as is needed in any other field, So don't think that we are science people and we've got our product sorted is going to solve the world's problem. It is not enough. Lots of research have proven that people buy products that are less impactful because the communication around it, it's more appealing, than the products there are products that sometimes, even in the long term, might give you certain
side effects, harmful side effects.
But people are so addicted and glued to it. They've been hooked by it. Yeah. They just can't let it go because the communication is right. It has gone beyond just a product. People have owned the product. And these are the things AI can do. Doing very personalized campaigns. Personalized campaigns, because you can analyze the data. You realize this is the day the person was born. These are the psychographics, and psychography, his fears, the people who influence him, where he's good, where he wants to be. You have read all of that.
Build the persona.
Build the persona of the person, and you've been able to channel the campaign personally to the person. So AI is able to write to 1,000 people, but in very unique ways. So the way we all receive the message at the same time. But AI is able to analyze your data and send it to you the way you would like it, and the way I would like it, Nice one. and everyone is happy, and you feel that this is my product. So you've owned the product, and you don't want to let it go, So it's very important at every stage of the work.
You've given us good nuggets. I want you to also add to this wonderful information the tools, because this is the information piece. So what tools can we use? Then people can know that all of this is easy by which tools, and then the way forward. Yeah,
so she's asking the right thing. What tools? some other people will say on what channels as well.
Absolutely.
Right? So let me break it into 3.
Okay.
In communication, the 3 basic channels will be your offline or on-grounds channels. And the channels come with their own tools, right? Then you're also talking about traditional channels. And traditional channels, very popular ones, we know, TV, radio, billboards. Then you're also talking about digital channels. And I'm sure that's why you are excited about the digital channels.
Yes,
but let me briefly talk about the media channels. People have created a lot of apps. People have created a lot of, how do you call it, STEM products. But the market determines what channel you use. You cannot overly put your money in digital if the target audience is typically offline and they access traditional or their own grounds. So if you do a product that is very typical for market women, but it's a STEM product, you can't. Currently, our market women are not as tech savvy or are digitally inclined. So if you want to be able to relate to them, then the communication of the product has to not go off digital, because you need to maintain that, but you need to do maybe a bit of TV if your research requires that you do TV. If you have the money for it, TV is expensive. Doing the ad alone is expensive. But yeah, TV also has a lot of other bits and pieces you can use, apart from doing the whole TV ad that might cost you today between 150,000 to 1 million Ghana cedi, depending on the TV ad, and now buying the slots to broadcast. And each slot for 30 seconds or 1 minute costs a lot of money. But I mean, there are various other things you can do on TV. You can do squeeze backs, you can do crawlers. There are interactive motions you can use on TV screens that do not cost as much as producing an ad, right? On radio also, there are various interactive things you can use apart from producing a jingle or asking for an LPM to be played. You can have a 5 seconds mnemonic or sound that just talks about your brand, and you pay less for it because your target market is there, right? You can have billboards, whether static or digital billboards, where you can do your motions. Obviously, there's a little transition ongoing into more digital billboards, into digital graphics, right? So if your product, the target market for your product is within that segment, don't put 100% of your resources into digital and expect digital was going to do the acquisition for you. You'll be wrong. I mean, I've experienced some of those things. When I was a salesman, I was selling digital products. I mean, digital marketing products. So I go to people, I go to schools, and they tell you, if you manage my social media, the attendance increase from, or the admissions increase from so and so. I said, please no, please no. But there is a way I can run acquisition campaigns for you. It's different from managing and creating awareness for your products. They are different. If you want to go, but today people have been able to tie it in beautifully because there's a lot of people getting online now. Those days it wasn't so. So if you want to do acquisition, you might have to tie it in with some events. You might also want to tie it in because it wasn't easy for people to just do things online, register and all that. So social media doesn't solve all of your problems, you know. I sold a lot of digital things just to chip in. I was sales god when I was a salesman among 21 salespeople. Awesome. Yeah, that was the highest award to receive. I mean, when you are a salesperson. So just to chip that in briefly.
Salute, sir.
But aside that, on-grounds activities, if your target audience is mostly available on grounds, take the product there.
Take it to the people.
Take it to the people. be on grounds and do the activations there. So that's what we call activations.
Product activation.
Right.
Feeling the floats and what
Exactly.
have you. Awesome.
Exactly. My research work at Legon was as to how experientials, whether or not they create brand commitments or loyalty.
Okay.
Right? To
Awesome
what
topic.
extent does it? Because I've done a lot of, when I was managing Onga especially, I've done a lot of cooking shows.
Yes.
You know, and I want to know how it's been able to tie in the consumer with the brand. So I had to use,
Good insights.
yes, so I have to use some of the women who were at those shows, and because we do get to women's groups in churches, I have to fall on some of them to be able to conduct the research whether those activities we did had tie in with the product. You know, some you may hear onga and you might think, oh, I mean, onga there is food, but the process to producing onga still involves STEM. A lot of it.
Process
And
engineering.
after the product is produced, there are STEM people who are doing the quality assurance of the product. So they check everything from the microbiology side. Even with the marketing people, we do physiochemical analysis. We check sometimes the weight of the wrap.
Right.
We check the weight of the product. We check the density of the product.
Awesome.
And now that I am into drinks, doing Bell Cola, Puka, Tamarinda, and the rest, we check a lot of things. We check the sugar level. Sometimes people have perception of sugar higher than even the sugar level. So if I have a competing product and they said, this product is low sugar than
compared
your
to
product,
yours. Yeah.
then I go back and my physiochemical results show that the sugar content in mine is actually less. What is bringing or causing the high sugar perception? So I need to analyze it. And all of that is done in a lab where the STEM people come in. So that lab tells me where my problem is. How do I solve the problem and get a lower sugar perception? I mean, that I'll tell you when you are working with me. And we've been able to achieve a lot of that.
Right.
You know, a lot of things go into that. I mean, I veered off a bit in talking about on-grounds activities, just to let you know that a lot goes into, when you hear onga, you hear Bell Cola, or you hear Bell Aqua, Puka, right? Your favorite, I guess. The process and the post-production process all involve STEM. It cannot be, it's how do you call it? Inextricable, or how do they call it, where it is so intertwined that you cannot take one out of the other. So yes, I was talking about on-grounds activities. Take your products there, activate the products, let people take out their phone, see it's an app, let people download it. Some people may never act until you go to them and say, madam, I have this awesome product, it helps move you from here to here. Or I have this awesome product that is able to tell you how much weight you have gained after eating this food. Right? You want to manage your weight.
That will sell.
Yes. You know, you have how much is the calories I've taken in this food. Just by taking a picture of the food, you are able to get how much calories is in there. You know, maybe there's an app like that, and science can help us do this very easily. It can measure the size of your banku, or those who eat 5 balls of kenke and take twice dessert. You can take a picture of that. You can take a picture of that and measure all of that. Right. And so the app is helping you know how much calories you've taken in, how much you need to burn to be able to maintain your weight. But she's probably seen it on someone's WhatsApp status. She's probably seen it on Facebook, but really didn't care to download it. So you need to go there and tell this gentleman or this woman that, bring your phone, let me show you how to do it. Or just take out your phone and you are branded, you know?
Yeah.
All of that, your colors are showing, everything is there, very well branded. Take out your phone, let me show you how it works. Then she takes out the phone, you probably have it's in the market. So she has some tomato there, she has this. If I take two of these, how much calories is it? And then you add a tuber of yam or have a slice, you bring some Kobe in the market. You demonstrate all of that to them. And then they take a picture and they've been able to see how it works.
Yeah.
Quickly, you've gotten a lot of people to sign on because you are on grounds. You know, the product requires you to go on the field.
So you go.
Right? Even services sometimes requires you to be there. If it's education, it's service. But you know, education, you can be at conferences, you can be at seminars, student events, graduation parties. I mean, for if your education is tertiary and high school students are doing a graduation party, you have to be there. Do you get it? So you are able to speak to them, interact with them. Then when they are choosing schools, she can say, Mom or Dad, I've seen this school also, they offer so and so. So marketing is so enshrined in every stage. I'll talk about the digital later, but it's so enshrined at every stage. The product development, all the stages there, the product itself, consumption, customer service, then disposing of the product. Now, digital, yes, is where the world is moving into, and you just can't do without that. I was reading a lot of posts from Elon Musk recently, how Twitter is the new media. You know, he was so excited about, right now it's called X. So yes, how X is the new media and how he's giving power to the Americans to use X to bypass the traditional media that was against his candidate. In quote, I mean, allegedly against his candidate, so that his candidate, Donald Trump, won the election. But beyond that, you know, I get weekly newsletters from Adweek. So Adweek was able to tell what campaign strategy Donald Trump used and what campaign strategy Kamala used. And a lot of the things in there had to do with podcasts. You know, how Trump submitted himself to podcasts. So today you see a few young people doing podcasting.
Yeah, from their mother's living room.
Exactly. You know, just talking about life.
Yeah, issues. Yes, yeah.
People listen a lot. We like gossip.
That's it. One empire.
We like gossip. We like to hear what is happening in someone's life. You know, we want to hear people's perspective on very controversial topics.
Issues,
and there are people who are bold enough to talk about them.
And that's what sells.
And that's what sells. They are bold. So when they talk about it, and then you jump on them, insulting them and all that, they have not been hypocritical. And some people also intentionally are controversial to cut attention.
Of course.
So when they create all of that and you follow, I mean, there are brands, there are people who jump on them to help them promote.
Right.
So digitally, you want to leverage on a lot of podcasts. It sells big time today. Even in Ghana,
Of course.
you will reach a lot of people just through podcasts. And I can mention a few adverts to them, but let me leave it for now. I mean, people are always writing blogs.
Yes.
It can be on their social or it can be on their websites.
Yes.
But now even all the websites are moving to social channels.
Yes, you
I
wonder.
mean, they are all moving there. Those we used to call bloggers those days, they are not spending time writing on their website. No one is having time to even...
Just a photo, just a post.
That's
and
all.
That sells
That's all.
the story.
We don't have time to click and now go to the website.
To read.
To go and read.
5 minutes read.
And then from the website, then you come back to social.
No.
Every information is there. And before the person would even read, the comments under have discussed the topic.
We live in the comment section.
We live within the... I see
Comment
people who say, let me bring my seat and come and sit down.
Awesome times.
You know?
Awesome times.
Yes. A lot is going on. Video creation, skits sell.
Oh dear.
And comic ones.
Oh.
We are exhausted.
I have my
and
personal
stressed.
favorites.
So people, I can imagine the days of basket mouth where they had to do stand-up comedies.
1001,
Yes.
1002 laughs.
Even that was selling. So imagine for those who have gone beyond that to do short 2 minutes, 1 minute, sometimes as short as 30 seconds, sometimes as long as 5 minutes. But they're selling. I've seen young guys from Kumasi who are doing awesome. And within a space of 3 months, 6 months, they have massive following, and they sit in the comfort of their rooms, and they cash in big time. You know.
Please, we also want to cash in big time.
So
teach us some more.
Yeah. So leverage what you are passionate about. Do it. Do what you are passionate about, because that if you want to do content creation, you want to do skits, you know, do what you are passionate
About. Right.
Right. Don't force yourself into something that you get easily if you are naturally funny.
Okay.
But if you are not naturally funny, people will still watch anyway. I've seen people who are not naturally funny, but I watch it.
And that alone is annoying. The annoyance is entertaining, you know.
And then people begin to debate whether this guy is a by force comedian or not, and there's a lot of talkability about you. And so yes, it's good to do what you are passionate about.
Leverage that.
So skits are selling. Put your brand, put your products on it. I mean, I realize a lot of payment platforms, I was going to mention names, a lot of them put
JuPay money transfer.
yes, JuPay, for instance. If JuPay wants this to fly even more, I mean, because people are more on socials, just get, and maybe it's for Ghana market, just get 3 notable skit guys who will charge you not as much as TV, radio will charge you, and they incorporate JuPay into their videos or skits, and we see it every day. Sometimes it's boring even trying to put brands into the thing, but because you want to see what the skit, how it will end, you will by all means hear about the brand. You know, so digital has also very much transformed. Leveraging AI in your digital space, when you have a social media page, you can leverage AI to interact with people. I take courses that I need a clarity, and I just go into the chat box they have provided, and you enter.
They have provided.
Yeah.
Awesome. You know, we are all afraid. Well, not all, but just to clear that misconception that AI will be taking our jobs. Maybe you can just touch on that, but please go ahead with submitting your homework into a chat box to give you clarity.
Yes. So AI is not taking anyone's job.
You heard it from here.
AI is being created by people. AI is not some exogenous material that just came into our space. No, people create it. So the people who are creating those various chatbots, are they not humans?
Yeah.
Are their jobs taken? No. So you have product developer, you have the one who is the engineer of the software, you have people who are testing the product, you have the product managers, and then you have the administrative people who are every day updating whatever chat box or whatever information it needs to get. There are people who are collecting data, you know, and analyzing. So there are a lot of data analysts. So it's creating jobs. But if you don't want AI to take your job, prepare. You know, AI needs supervision. Okay, AI does not function
by itself. Really, it needs a prompter.
It needs a prompter. And if you prompt garbage, it gives you garbage.
Of course.
So all of these AI tools, they need supervision. If you are using AI to generate a creative, an artwork, someone has to supervise it to bring out the right artwork. So it's not taking your job away. It's just helping you to. So learn how to use the AI, right? And that is the only way it will not take your job. But if AI seems to rather know how to use you and you don't know how to use it, that is when it will take away your job. There's no way AI is going. Marketing is evolving. People are writing content without having to
crack their brains.
Exactly, you know.
Yeah.
But even though they are not racking their brains, they need to prompt AI to generate it. So someone needs to be there. It might reduce the number of people who do a particular job. Yeah, but everyone have a space or has a space, in what AI is doing. Yeah, so AI is not taking
I know we're speaking of fun, but we also care for our environment and in what we're doing. I love the fact that you earlier mentioned about discarding the the products, and of course in line with the Sustainable Development Goals and making sure the world is a better place. Again, maybe some of us will say you're churning a lot of plastics. What's your answer to that?
Okay, so the interesting thing about marketing today is that it's evolving into a lot of sustainability.
Okay.
Today, every marketer wants to be heard, or people want to hear marketers talk about how their product is not going to kill the environment tomorrow.
I hope you're not greenwashing.
Right? And don't worry, I'll be there. and as well, how your marketing efforts are helping the society, the communities you live in, people who are less privileged and vulnerable. How is your company supporting all of this? So in two folds, the people who are consuming the products and the environment you operate in, how do you support these people? And then on the other front, how is the product itself not damaging the sustainable earth we want, right? So these are very important questions in every product you consume today. We've heard a lot about plastics. Our company takes a very keen interest in recycling plastics. We have been one of the foremost companies that recycle all the sachet water that is, and you know, in Ghana, sachet water use is more than even the plastic bottles or the PET bottles we call them. I will get into that also. So with the sachet water, we have a big factory that produces jobs for a lot of young people who collect this plastic, and then they come, they sell it to the company, they pay them, and then we now turn these plastics into reusable materials, bowls, into garbage bags, into all forms of other things that we don't use and dispose. I mean, we use in the house, whether for washing or for the kitchen. So Blochem has a recycling plant at the Blow Plus subsidiary of the company, right? Or recycling part of the company. And then our bottles, we recycle them. If you watch, you realize that if you could permit me to bring this into the discussion. So we have stated clearly that this bottle is made from recycled plastic, right? So yeah, we are able to recycle bottles, you know, and this is just to help us reduce our plastic footprint. And from 2026, we are coming up with ultra-modern facility that will be able to recycle almost all of Ghana's plastics. Wow. Very serious one. Very, very big one. In about a couple of years to come, sites have been secured and work is started on it, ongoing.
Okay. Awesome.
I mean, all the plastics, and not only for our brand.
Right.
I mean, for any other brand that has to produce in plastic, we will be ready to take the products, recycle it into other materials. So a lot of effort is being done by Blow Group of companies to reduce the plastic we have in our community.
Please, there's a gold mine. They bring plastics and come for cash. So is it by the weight?
Yes, it's by the weight. They measure by the weight.
Okay,
yeah.
so how much? 10 or some?
I actually have not recalled the price, but I mean we can channel that information
because this is actually very great for the SHS. You know, science clubs. You can do this, and this is extra money. Go around your campuses and get them to keep all of the plastic in a designated pot. I'm sure
yeah.
around the school you already have some campaigns with, the collectors or the separators, recycler bins, you say dedicated to plastic, just drop, and then you come and collect.
Yes.
And then you take it to your site.
Yes.
This is wonderful. So these are the Pong Kantamanso
yes,
plants?
that are the Pong plants.
So please, let's take advantage of this. Is free money in our pockets. All you need is, hey, don't put a sachet there. Just keep it in this bin, clearly labeled.
Exactly.
Get a good weight.
Exactly.
And then we can organize for it to go to
just pack it and then you
blow chem, and then you can
there
get
are people
some cash.
who actually even buy it off from
Others,
you,
right?
And then they go and resell.
Wow.
So it's a whole ecosystem.
Fantastic.
The supply chain is enriching lives, But aside our products, or aside the efforts we make to reduce the plastic footprint of our products, we also do a lot of sustainable efforts. And for you back home, when you start making some money from your product, you have to think about what to invest some of the money into, especially in supporting the communities you live in, the less privileged, or tackling serious problems in the society. One of the things we are on today, as we've been on health, where we supported all forms of health issues in helping people get deliveries for the problems they go through.
Okay.
We have been in education, where we sponsor children through all forms of education opportunities.
And you're a proud sponsor
yes.
of the STEM Festival Mentorship Session. We are so grateful for your generous support.
Yes, thank you very much. And we support the science and math quiz also, so I want to chip that in. And we currently supporting the TVETs people on an upcoming event as well. So we take education very serious. Fantastic. We take health very seriously. But one of the most ignored problems in society today is mental health. And people are afraid to talk about it. Because of the society we live in, the stigma that is associated, people shy away shy away from mental health issues. You are not mad. We are not saying you are mad, but you are stressed, or you are going through all forms of depression or some trauma or some psychological problem. But we want you to have confidence in speaking about it. So we launched a campaign last year on mental health, where we are encouraging people to seek help. Spot the signs within the space. If you have a friend that used to eat once a day, but now eating 5 times a day, something is wrong, right? Let the person seek help before it degenerates into psycho issues where the person has to go and stay at the facilities that are provided, So we've launched the campaign, and we're doing a lot of education. We've partnered some organizations also. We'll be releasing the toll-free lines so that they call. There's a donation to the Pantine Hospital every quarter to help people and to make the place friendly for people to recover quick enough and be reintegrated into the society. So that has been one of the biggest campaigns Belacqua has been on recently. So sustainability is important to our work.
Ayiko, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And this is a testament to indeed what you've shared. It's not talk, people. They have supported the STEM Festival. They did support the National Science and Maths Quiz Program. And of course, I know this is just the beginning of a wonderful journey to come. They are very, very mindful. They have at heart science, technology, engineering, mathematics. We have the plastic issues that they're proactively solving, creating not a plan just for themselves and what they have produced, but also to absorb that which others have. 2026 you're sharing, and as work in progress, a plan that will help us solve the recycling. And it's not just for you to enjoy, and that is low chem, but when you bring in the plastics, you weigh it, you get some money in your pocket, and that's really freeing. As you're going around and then collecting, keeping the city clean, helping us keep it clean as it deserves. We're making some money as we go along, which is definitely a win-win. And all the many initiatives that you come on, of course, the insightful information that you have taught us today about how we can put ourselves out there, even with the product today. We didn't speak much about the personal brand, but more of that which we have as a product or a service, and the thinking that goes into it, the tools we can use, the channels that we can harness, leverage to make it stellar. And of course, research, use of digital tools, and understanding the audience, very paramount in what you've shared. Mr. Day, thank you so much. Magnus, we're very grateful for sharing today's platform.
Thank you.
And shining your light so bright. This is what time will afford us. But I promise, let me talk to you about the schools that have made it to the SciTech Innovation Fair. Tomorrow, Friday and Saturday at the National Theatre, Obuasi SHS, Our Lady of Grace, Ghana National College, Sunyani SHS, Osumtrim STEM Girls SHS, Armed Forces SHS, St. Thomas Aquinas, Agri Memorial, Presec Legon, and Fijai SHS will be presenting under record time the innovative ideas on the theme, exploring agri-tech solutions in boosting Ghana's agriculture industry. Please join us. And of course, the side events, the exhibitions, the experiments, it promises to be wonderful.
Come, refreshments.
Join us. Hey, and of course, the refreshments from Bell Beverages. Yes. Cheers and so it will be a fantastic time with the Bell Beverages, the Cola, the Bell Aqua, Active, one of the drinks that I love as well. Please don't stay home. Join us at the National Theatre and let's have some fun. Thank you so much. My name is Lucia Kosiafiadunu. We'll see you tomorrow.